Someone inquired about doing some liquid flow on a black background, and sure, it can be done. So we're going to try something here today and see how well it works. Let me just get some additional light here. Alright, so I have a canvas board. It wasn't bought black, I blackened it out. I have a tote tray just to catch anything if anything spills, which it shouldn't. I'm not doing a liquid pour really. I'm going to put small amounts down and very thin. There's very little water in these, and for the amount of paint that's going in, this is just cheap hobby paint, acrylic. I use it for all kinds of things. For stuff like this though, it's really good because it's so thin, right? I don't want to be mixing out tubes of Liquitex or golden paint and trying to get this thin to mix with them. So I'm just going to stir it up and mix it up a tiny bit. Oh, there goes some. To check the run, I tilt the glass, I look, see how fast it's pouring off. Probably really should mix these for a good amount of time and make sure it's thoroughly mixed and there's no residue, chunks, lumps, but I'm not going to take that long. And then unlike the liquid pour where I was pouring down several different colors and then using the canvas and manipulating it and pouring it and covering the whole surface. Oh, there's my husky. I'm not going to do that with this. Of course, this here's not perfectly flat, so it will run. Shit. It's sort of hard to pour with a glass like this. I'd rather use a paper cup that I could squish and make a spout with, but there isn't another thing you can use, and this is already mixed, and I just have a syringe here that could be used for children's medicine or something. I'm going to fill that up. And it sort of gives a nice effect. You don't necessarily have to squish it out like that. You might want to just do little droplets with it. I just want to give you some different ideas of how this can go down. I'm actually going to, I'm pretty happy with that design. I'm just going to let that sit and dry like that and see how thin it is once it's all dried and cured. It will take probably about 12 hours. We'll wait. We'll get the next bit done. Cheers. Alright, so this is where we left off after our first coat. It's dry now. You want to take a look. Left a bit of a funky pattern on it. I don't know if this is going to turn out exactly how I want, but we're going to give it a shot. I have some very, very small amounts of water in here, barely over a centimeter in height. I am not putting very much paint in this at all. I am putting a very, very small amount. And I don't know, try some green. Well, good thing I don't need much paint. That green's near dead. Alright, now I'm just going to mix these up quickly. There's a yellow. There's a green. And here's a blue. And there's some more of my dog here. Now my board has warped a tiny bit, so it was all flowing towards the center of where the warp was. I'm letting these run, as you see, right over top of the old colors. But I'm letting them run. They're, as you see, they're so thin, and that's pretty close to what I was looking for. There's a little patch like that, you can just hit it with your finger. That's going to promote the flow. And for now, that's it. I am now going to let that sit and dry, and we'll put one more one more coat on it afterwards, and then we'll take it to the next step. Alright, what we're going to do now that this is all dry is we're going to put down a ton of really small stars across the canvas to give it that space effect. I just got some cheap acrylic again. All I'm going to do is throw a whole ton out. I don't really care. I throw this stuff out all the time. It's dirt cheap. I'm going to move my copy because I don't want paint in it. And what we're going to do is something like what you did as a little child with a toothbrush. When you flick the toothbrush and got the spray going off of it, well, we're going to do something just like it with this. And that's going to give us a really quick cover of stars. You might want to wear a glove for this, I don't know. That depends on who you are and how you do it. I'm an artist. I'd rather just get right into it and get dirty. So, as you see, I've sort of created millions and millions. I'll go heavy down here. Maybe what I'll do is I'll run a line through here and build up a line through it. Damn. Shit. That sucks. Check for loose hairs. I'm sort of running heavier line. There's another hair. I'm not going to pick it up until it's dry. I'll throw some more over. Some of them could be shooting stars. And that's it. This is going to dry now. Check for these little things. I didn't. I should have. And once this dries, it's not finished yet. I'm going to come back and do another thing to it. Then we'll have it all finished off. Alright, so all those little specks of paint have dried now. There's just a little touch I'm going to do to it now to finish it up. I'm going to use just a white. I got sky blue, a very light blue here. And neon pink. Now what I'm going to do is just make some little stars in it. So I'm just going to pick up a tiny bit of white. All I'm doing is putting like a little cross. I'm not going to put too many, but I'll throw a few of them in here. You can take your time, you can make them nice and neat. I'm just trying to give you guys some ideas for something to do here. So what's that, 3? I don't know. I don't even know where I want to put them. Oops. Alright, anyhow. I wouldn't make it that big. I don't know, I'll throw one more up here. Once I've done that, water. I'm just going to go lightly over top with the color. Wherever there's green or blues, I want to use the pink just for contrast. I'm going to do a little tiny bit, a bit stronger in the middle. We'll do a little pink down here. Just making some little stars that are going to stand out, that's all. This is the blue. It might not show. This is crap. Dude. Really wanted to, you put the little crosses in them. All I'm going to do now let's just pick a tiny bit of white up. And there you go. There's some stars added to it. There's pretty easy spacing. It's not hard to do. It's fun to do, and they pretty much turn out different every time. So you never know what you're going to come up with. I'll take a better still of it for you to see. Cheers.